Hi everyone, my name is Micaela, and today I'm going to talk about how mental health influences directly in our learning and some things necessary to study effectively. Many times we think that learning only has to do with studying more hours or memorizing more content, but our mind needs a specific conditions to function well, and that is related to our emotional well being. What is mental health? Mental health is defined as the emotional, psychological, and social well being of a person. It affects how we think, feel, and act, and it also influences how we manage stress, relate to others, and make decisions. It is important to know that having good mental health does not mean being happy all the time and not having problems. It means having balance, being able to recognize our emotions, knowing how to regulate them, and feeling that we can face the challenge of life with all those tools. Why is mental health necessary to learn? Because a healthy mind contributes to the well being and success both inside and outside the classroom. If we are anxious, sad, stressed, or exhausted, and the brain cannot concentrate, retain information, and loses the ability to solve problems. But most importantly, it affects our cognitive functions. For example, when we are stressed, we get distracted more easily. Excessive stress blocks our ability to remember. Or when we are tense, it becomes harder to understand new ideas. And when our emotions are disorganized, our thinking becomes less effective. So, here are the positive benefits of good mental health on a student's life. First, improved academic performance. Good mental health improves focus, memory, and concentration, which allows students to be able to absorb and retain more information and perform better in assessments and classwork. 2. Increased self assurance. A healthy mind allows students to be more confident in themselves and their abilities. They are willing to get involved in learning, to seek challenges, and to learn from their mistakes. 3. Better decision making. Having balance in their lives allows students to think clearly and make better decisions in areas such as school, friendships, and their personal lives. 4. Better sleep. When students are emotionally well, they sleep better and wake up with more energy. This adequate rest enhances concentration, performance, and mood during learning activities. 5. Enhanced creativity and problem solving. When a student feels calm, their mind is free to be creative. They can be open to new ideas and solve problems with much more conviction. And what do we need for good learning based on mental health? First, safe environment. To learn, we need to feel calm and without fear of mistakes. When a person feels pressured and constant criticism, their brain goes on alert and stops learning effectively. A safe environment includes respect for the rhythm of each person, spaces without humiliation, and teachers who accompany instead of intimidate. 2. stress management and emotional regulation. Excessive stress blocks learning. That is why one of the keys to regulate what we feel is to take short breaks while we study, to take a deep breath before starting a task, to organize schedules, and to divide large jobs into small parts. 3. Adequate rest and sleep care. Sleep is one of the most important tools for learning. While we sleep, the brain organizes, classifies, and fixes the information we study. If we do not sleep well, we find it difficult to memorize, we lose concentration, and we get irritated faster. 4. Physical habits that favor mental health. The body and mind are connected, so physical habits are also part of learning. Some practices that favor the mind are hydrate ourselves properly, eat foods that provide energy, not just fast sugar, move the body even with a light walk, and avoid excessive screens before studying or sleeping. 5. Accompaniment and asking for help when it is necessary. No one learns completely alone. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It can be talking to a teacher when we don't understand something, asking a friend for support, or even going a mental health professional if we feel that it is already overtaken us. In conclusion, good learning is not only about studying harder, but about studying with a healthy mind. Mental health plays a fundamental role in our ability to concentrate, remember, solve problems, and stay motivated. When we take care of our emotional well being, we create the right conditions for real, meaningful learning. A safe environment, healthy habits, proper rest, stress management, and asking for help when needed are not optional. They are essential tools that allow our brain to work at its best. By prioritizing mental health, we are not only improving our academic performance, but also building the confidence, balance, and resilience needed to face challenges inside and outside the classroom. Thanks for watching.